Welcome. You're listening to Tales in 10. Classic stories you can enjoy in approximately 10 minutes, produced by Holidaze videos. Please subscribe. Today's tale is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, first published 1843. Dickens called it a ghostly little book, meant to thaw cold hearts and spark generosity. This is a faithful, fast retelling that keeps every major beat, character, and turn just streamlined for VO. On a bitter Christmas Eve in London, Ebenezer Scrooge, tight-fisted and frost-hearted, keeps a coal fire pinched to a cinder while his clerk, Bob Cratchit, shivers. Scrooge's nephew, Fred, cheerfully invites him to dinner. Scrooge answers, "Bah, humbug." Two gentlemen ask charity for the poor. Scrooge recommends prisons and workhouses. He grudgingly grants Bob the legal holiday and locks up. At his gloomy lodgings, once shared with his partner Jacob Marley, dead these 7 years, Scrooge sees Marley's face in the door knocker inside. Bells ring. Marley's ghost appears, chained with ledgers and cash boxes. "The fetters I forged in life." He warns that Scrooge walks the same path, but has a chance to escape. 3 spirits will visit, past, present, and yet to come. Outside the window, countless spirits moan, powerless to help the living. Scrooge, shaken, sleeps. At 1 o'clock, the ghost of Christmas past, both childlike and aged, beckons. They visit a deserted school, where a lonely boy reads by a thin fire, young Scrooge, left there by a cold father. Scrooge softens. Next, his loving sister Fan arrives to bring him home. Father is kinder now. Fan will later die, leaving her son Fred, whom Scrooge just rebuffed. They leap to Fezziwig's warehouse. Fezziwig claps, fiddles, food and dancing fill the room. "A small matter to make folks so grateful?" asks the spirit. Scrooge defends his old master. "The happiness Fezziwig gave cost little, but meant the world." Then the joy curdles. A young woman, Belle, returns Scrooge's ring. "Another idol has displaced me, gold. Ambition has hardened his heart." One more vision. Years later, Belle is a contented mother. Her husband mentions a solitary man seen alone on Christmas Eve. Scrooge. Unable to bear it, Scrooge snuffs the spirit's lighted cap, darkness. Bed. At 2, Scrooge wakes to a room transformed. Greenery on the walls, a blazing hearth, a mountain of food. The jovial ghost of Christmas present, crowned with holly, booms, "Come, know me better, man." They stride into bustling streets, grocers laughing over oranges and chestnuts, bakers' ovens steaming with dinners the poor have sent to cook, children shrieking with delight. From the spirit's torch, a sprinkle of cheer turns quarrels into smiles. They visit Bob Cratchit's humble home. Mrs. Cratchit and children, Martha, Belinda, Peter, and the little ones, prepare a modest feast. Goose, potatoes, applesauce, then a small pudding steaming like a cannonball of bliss. Bob arrives with Tiny Tim on his shoulder, frail, cheerful, leaning on a crutch. At grace, Tim chirps, "God bless us, everyone." They toast Scrooge at Bob's urging. Mrs. Cratchit grumbles, but raises her glass. Scrooge, stricken, asks if Tim will live. "I see a vacant seat," says Present gently, "and a crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unaltered, the child will die." Scrooge bows his head. The spirit carries Scrooge far and wide, to miners' huts, a lighthouse, a ship at sea, wherever people share warmth despite want. At last, from beneath the spirit's robe, 2 ragged children crawl forth, wolfish and desperate. "This boy is ignorance, this girl is want," the spirit warns. "Beware them both, but most of all, beware this boy." The clock tolls 12. Present fades. A hooded figure, silent and grave, approaches. The ghost of Christmas yet to come. The phantom says nothing, only points. Scrooge overhears businessmen discuss a death with indifference. When did he die? Last night, I hear. None plans to attend the funeral unless lunch is provided. In a filthy rag-and-bone shop, a charwoman, laundress, and undertaker's man sell bed curtains, a seal, a shirt, stolen from the dead man's very body. Their laughter curdles Scrooge's soul. Spirit, he pleads, surely this man had someone to mourn him. Another scene. A poor young couple, crushed by debts, breathe easier. Their pitiless creditor is dead. Buying them time, Scrooge begs to see tenderness connected with death. He is taken to the Cratchits' home, quiet and subdued. Tiny Tim's little crutch stands unused in the corner. The children speak softly. Peter tries to be brave. Mrs. Cratchit struggles to sew. Bob comes in late from visiting Tim's grave. He tells of the kindness of strangers and the beauty of the place. He breaks down. They comfort one another and resolve to remember Tim's gentleness. Scrooge is pierced with grief. Let me see myself among those whom death has touched, Scrooge asks. The phantom guides him through familiar streets to a neglected churchyard. Before a tilting stone, the spirit points. Scrooge, trembling, asks if the future is fixed, or a shadow of what might be. He brushes snow from the slab. Ebenezer Scrooge. He collapses. I am not the man I was. I will honor Christmas in my heart and keep it all the year. Oh, tell me I may sponge away the writing on this stone. The spectral hand wavers. The scene spins. The shroud of night tears. Scrooge is in his own bed, his curtains intact, bells clamoring. It is Christmas Day. Best and happiest of all. He dances like a boy. He throws open the window and calls to a passing lad. What day is it? Christmas Day. Do you know the poulterers? I should hope I did. Go and buy the prize turkey, the big one, and send it to Bob Cratchit's, with no name from me. He dresses in his best and steps into the street, greeting all with warmth that startles even himself. He finds the gentlemen of charity he had scorned, begs their pardon, and whispers a munificent donation, and many back payments are included. At church, music floods him with peace. Then to Fred's, Scrooge knocks, awkwardly asks forgiveness, and is welcomed with laughter, games, and dinner that feels like home. Next morning, Bob arrives late. Breathless from keeping Christmas, Scrooge feigns a scowl. What do you mean by coming here at this time of day? Then breaks into a grin. A Merry Christmas, Bob. I'll raise your salary and endeavor to assist your struggling family, make up the fire, and buy another coal scuttle before you dot another I. Bob thinks him mad, then sees the truth and overflows with thanks. From that day forward, Scrooge is as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the old city knew. He keeps Christmas well, remembering the past's lessons, practicing the present's generosity, and living with the future's hope. Some laugh at his change, he lets them, his own heart laughs, and that is enough. To Tiny Tim, who does not die, Scrooge becomes a second father, ensuring care and cheer. The Cratchit home grows brighter. Fred's table keeps a chair for Uncle Ebenezer. The poor find in him a steadfast ally, and every Christmas morning thereafter, as bells ring out across London, Scrooge renews his vow to keep Christmas in his heart all the year. God bless us, everyone. You've been listening to Tales in 10, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, produced by Holidaze Videos. Subscribe for more tales.